Oh, thank you for him.
He sobbed in court and called himself a Christian. He apologized for his massive crimes. Those who packed Jamey Noel's sentencing hearing didn't buy it. That included the judge, the prosecutor, his former colleagues, and his family.
Your actions have revealed that your lust for power and pleasure are worth far more than the lives of those entrusted to you.
The judge sent Noel to prison for 12 years after listening to those he'd wronged testify in court. It was the maximum time allowed under a plea agreement in which Noel admitted guilt to 27 out of 31 felonies. In an exclusive interview with Inside Edition Digital, Special Prosecutor Richard Hurdle said Noel's tears were too little, too late.
The question becomes, is he remorseful, or is he remorseful because he got caught? I wasn't buying that he was truly heartfelt sorry for what had happened or remorseful, because I hadn't ever seen that from day one. Was personality in court was arrogance and entitlement. I've asked myself that question more than once. How does this happen? How do we get into the millions of dollars before something happens and a whistle is blown? Jamey Noel is a pretty good con. He fooled a lot of people in a lot of different arenas.
Jamey Noel was Clark County Sheriff for 8 years. He was known as the most powerful man in southern Indiana. He also chaired 2 GOP committees and founded a local ambulance and fire service. But he was really a thief. Noel ultimately admitted he stole millions in public funds, using them to buy a private plane, more than 100 vintage cars, and a train.
The automobiles that he had, the pure greed at these $100,000 vehicles. He had multiple of those. Some were driven, some were brand new, and some were just stored. Who has a plane, who has a train, and who has all these classic cars?
Those extravagances were just part of what Noel bought with stolen public funds, totaling some $5 million. Investigators seized racks of $5,000 tailor-made suits, some with the price tag still attached, the prosecutor said. He also paid thousands in child support with stolen funds, court documents showed.
At the end of the day, he was kind of a common thief, just on a grand scale.
One of the most powerful testimonies at his sentencing hearing came from Hope Noel, Jamey Noel's former sister-in-law. She was married to Leon Noel and is the mother of his youngest child. Leon Noel died in 2018, and his brother was executor of his estate. Hope Noel and Leon Noel's grown children have filed a civil suit against the former sheriff, accusing him of stealing their inheritances.
There are no words to describe the amount of disgust I have for you.
Hope Noel looked straight at Jamey Noel, seated in shackles just feet away, and evoked his dead parents, saying they would be ashamed of him. At that, Jamey Noel shed tears, and she mocked him in open court.
Yeah, that's what I want to see right there, is you crying. You've put us through hell.
Hope Noel tells Inside Edition Digital she doesn't regret one word.
Jamey is nothing to me, honestly. He's done things not only to the kids, but to so many people. He's a disgusting human.
In the civil suit, Jamey Noel has denied the allegations of Hope Noel and his niece and nephews. Susanna Worrell also testified at the sentencing. She tells Inside Edition Digital her terrified family waited in agony for an ambulance from Noel's rescue agency. Her brother-in-law collapsed on Election Day last year as he campaigned for a local council seat.
We waited 16 minutes. The police arrived, family members arrived, all while we just sat and waited for the ambulance to transport him to the nearest hospital, which was 2 miles away. Red was pronounced deceased at 4:15 on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. Red's death and the lack of ambulance response has been very hard on our family. I was able to go in and look Jamey Noel in the face and let him know what effect his crimes have had on our family. I think he is a very selfish manipulative man. He's definitely a thief, and many other words I probably shouldn't say. The loss of Red has been a tremendous loss to our family. There could have been a fighting chance. Yes, I believe that personally in my heart, that had he gotten to the hospital faster, gotten the attention that he needed faster, he could very well be here. And as I said in my victim impact statement, our lives would be completely different today.
This is Inside Edition Digital.